Okay, and welcome to this prominent Alberta landmark called the Big Rock, or Okotok in Black. A wonderful place to acknowledge the traditional territories where my history show is filmed.
Welcome to the History Wranglers History Show. It'll make your day. Please welcome the host of your show, the History Wrangler.
Hey! Yee-hoo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to History Wrangler, High Noon Summer Alberta History Show. It's great to have you here. Now, come with me. Here we go.
On this week's episode, I'm going to be sharing the story of a famous cowboy, Harvan Linder. He was inducted into the Canadian Rodeo Hall of Fame in 1982. Harvan Linder was born in Wisconsin in 1910, and when he was 10 years old, his family moved to Alberta. Harvan's debut in the rodeo infield was in 1924 at the Cardston Rodeo, and he split the first and second place prize money in the saddle bronc event. Harvan's career took him throughout North America, England, and Australia. And before retiring from the rodeo circuit in the early 1940s, he had won an unprecedented 22 championships, including 12 all-around titles at the Calgary Stampede. Finally, a big shout out to the organizers of the Sundry Pro Rodeo, which started 40 years ago in 1980. Thanks for sharing your time with the rodeo-loving history gal. Yahoo!
There's a racing, and those horses go around the track. Such action almost gives me a heart attack. Now Roy's a 50 race winner, is going to teach you some horse racing history and take you on back. Yes, Roy from the Flying Cross Ranch in Central Alberta is going to teach you some horse racing history and take you on back. Yeah, take it away, Roy. And they're off.
I'm Roy Sturgeon from Flying Cross Ranch. I'm a retired jockey and I'm here to talk to you about the history of horse racing in Alberta. We're going to talk to you today about Red Pollard. He's another Hall of Fame rider from Alberta. Red Pollard was from Edmonton, Alberta. A few things that people don't know about Red. His family was a wealthy family and they owned a brick factory on the riverbanks of the city of Edmonton. In the Depression, there was a flood and rainstorm and his parents' brick factory was washed down the riverbanks one night in a storm and they were literally left penniless. Red then went on to the racetrack where he started his career at 15. He rode on several tracks in the prairies here, where then he continued south and started to ride at all the big tracks in California. Red was plagued by several injuries throughout his career. Another thing that a lot of people don't maybe know about him, he suffered an injury younger in his career and he was blind in one eye. And the first time he rode and competed in the Santa Anita Handicap, he got beat right at the wire because he didn't see a horse coming on the outside of him. Another thing that people maybe don't know, Red Pollard was the other rider of Seabiscuit, and it was kind of a fairy tale career. They both were underdogs. They both suffered major injuries in their careers, and they both came back to, at the end of the day, win the $100,000 Santa Anita Handicap, which at the time was the richest horse race in the States. Red Pollard is a Hall of Fame rider here in Canada and another one of our great riders from Alberta. See you next time from the home of the junior jockeys from Flying Cross Ranch.
Now Courtney is a fifth generation cowgirl. Her family ranches near Pincher Creek. Well, she's traveled around the world as a stampede princess and loves horses and the Calgary Stampede. And loves horses and the Calgary Stampede. Take it away, Courtney.
The theme of this Calgary Stampede historical segment is the famous people who have led the Calgary Stampede Parade. The Calgary Stampede Parade has always been led by a parade marshal, and after Cappy Smart, Calgary's legendary fire chief, passed away after leading the Calgary Stampede Parade for more than 30 years. The parade has been led by lots of famous people, including Hollywood actor William Shatner from Star Trek, Christopher Reeve from Superman, and actress Amber Marshall from the show Heartland. Prince Charles led the Stampede Parade in 1977, and Canadian astronaut Chris Hadfield also did so in 2001 and in 2013. Other famous folks to grace the parade marshal position include Bing Crosby, Walt Disney, Ian Tyson, Paul Brandt, Bob Hope, Indigenous chiefs, Canadian prime ministers, and even Mickey Mouse in 1972. Yahoo for the history of the Calgary Stampede.
Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen, for Paralympian Tammy Cunnington, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Tim. I love that Canada jersey. Fantastic. Without further ado, here is your question. And it's being pointed towards Alberta Blue Team.
All right, guys. Lauren Woolston Croft was an amazing skier born in Calgary. What was she known as, and what 5 medals did she win at the 2010 Vancouver Paralympic Games? Number 1, Wonder Woman, who won a gold, 2 silver, and a bronze. 2, Superwoman, who won 3 gold medals and 2 silver. Number 3, Golden Girl, who won 5 gold medals. Or 4, Canada Queen, who won 5 bronze medals.
All right, let's start that countdown, shall we? Come on. All right, what is your answer, please? All right, Canada Queen, what? Canada Queen? No, that's incorrect. Okay, Red? Let's start that countdown. 3, ready? 3! What is your answer?
2?
Number 2?
No, it's not correct.
All right, so Blue's still the point, ladies and gentlemen. What was the right answer?
Golden Girl, she won 5 gold medals.
Yes, Golden Girl won 5 gold medals. Round of applause, that great Canadian. Thank you very much, Tammy. Much appreciated.
Have you heard the news about the history corral? It's down at the ranch, don't tell your pals. The yacht's easy to find west of the water well. The yacht's easy to find just west of that water well. Take it away, History Wrangler.
Thanks, introduction, and welcome to History Corral, just west of the Water Well. Today I'd like to share that Cappy Smart, the Calgary Fire Chief from 1898 to 1933, kept exotic animals at the fire station, including 2 bears, Major Noodles, a parrot, and a monkey named Joko, and an alligator given him by George Fowler of Georgia down from the States in 1910. That's a lot of exotic animals for a fire station. Cheers, and have yourself a blue sky day. Let me tell you about the 3 famous ranchers known as the Distinguished 3. Well, they all lived at one time at the Bow Valley Ranch, right here, starting way back in 1873. Well, the historic Bow Valley Ranch, the home of Senator Patrick Byrne, the 3rd Distinguished 3 ranchers. Now, Patrick Byrne was born in Oshawa, Ontario, and years later he ended up in Calgary buying cattle and selling meat. His big break came when he landed the contract supplying meat for the Canadian Pacific Railway construction crews. Now, one thing led to another, and his business grew rapidly to include meat packing, the retail meat trade, wholesale, fruits and provisions, creameries, cheese factories, dairy farms, ranches, mine and oil. In 1902, he purchased the Bow Valley Ranch from William Roper Hall. Now, in 1912, Patrick Byrne was running 6 large cattle ranches, and he became one of Alberta's Big 4 ranchers. And later that year, the Big 4 financed the first Calgary Stampede. Yahoo! Now, Patrick's ranch was so big that he could travel from Calgary all the way down to the Montana-U.S. border without setting foot off his own land. Now finally, for his 75th birthday in 1931, his good friend Prime Minister R.B. Bennett
appointed him a senator. And 77 years later, in 2008, he is voted Alberta's greatest citizen. See you next time from the historic Bow Valley Ranch. He's Clinton from Hinton, a reporter on a mission to report Alberta news that has been written. He will take you back in time to read those vintage lines from old newspapers that he loves more than deep fried chicken. That he loves more than deep fried chicken. Yahoo! Take it away, Clinton.
Hi, I'm Clinton from Hinton, and here's a news blast from the past. Today's April 19th, 1905, and hot off the press of the Calgary Herald is the following story. R.B. Bennett, MLA and owner of a new automobile, was out for a ride in it last night with Mr. Edgar of the Hudson's Bay Company. Their outing was tinged with incident. A youth on a bicycle loomed up immediately in front and was in danger of being overtaken and injured. Mr. Bennett steered the automobile to one side, it mounted the pavement, and bumped with violence into the wall of the bank. The bank and the bicyclist were both uninjured, but the machine itself is, at present, out of repair. I'm Clinton from Hinton, a reporter on a mission.
Now let me introduce to you about Lady Woman. Well, there's nothing that this woman can't do. Her name is Nikki Middleton. Nikki Middleton. Come on! Her name is... Yeah! Nikki Middleton. All right, take it away, Nikki.
Good day, everyone. Nikki Middleton, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Métis, international award-winning model, fitness model, and actress. Good day. Danze. On today's Métis historical segment, I'm pleased to share information on the remarkable Alex de Cuto. Alex was born on November 19, 1887, on the Red Pheasant Reserve, and was a fast runner. He took part in the Mayberry Cup in Lloydminster, which was a 5-mile race, and finished the race setting a new Western Canadian record. Wow, finishing in 27 minutes and 42.5 seconds. In 1909, Alex joined the City of Edmonton's police service, where he became Canada's first Aboriginal police officer. 3 years later, he left the police so he could take part in the 1912 Olympic Games in Sweden. An Olympics where he was only athlete from Alberta representing Canada. He finished 8th overall. Good job, Alex. Finally, in 1916, he enlisted in the Canadian Army, serving as a runner in the trenches. In 1917, he went on with the 49th Canadian Battalion off to France. I'm Nikki Middleton. Thanks for joining me. And as they say in Mashif, the Métis language, Minaka Wapa Matin, which means I'll see you again.
Well, hello, my name is Ash. I'm reporting with BBC, and I'm here to share with you British royalty. So sit back and relax with a cup of tea. I love my British royalty, and sharing it across the sea, and sharing it across the sea. Cheerio!
Greetings, BBC viewers from Alberta, Canada, named after the beautiful fourth daughter of Queen Victoria. Today is October 19th, 1951, and what a delightful time Princess Elizabeth and her 30-year-old husband, the Duke of Edinburgh, had yesterday in Calgary as they were treated to a wonderful stampede program that featured bucking horse riders, calf ropers, and more. The royal couple also enjoyed a delicious meal with over 2,000 people in the new Stampede Corral building on the Stampede grounds. Finally, I must say that the Duke looked dashing in his cowboy hat. Until next time, I'm Sash, reporting for BBC from across the great big sea.
Cheerio.
Mallory, Mallory, Mallory. She loves her Girl Guides history. Mallory, Mallory, Mallory. And she also loves giving Girl Guide cookies under the Christmas tree. All right, take it away, Mallory.
Hi, my name is Teacher Mallory, a proud Girl Guide alumni who loves sharing Alberta Girl Guide history almost as much as sharing my Girl Guide cookies. Speaking of sharing, on today's episode, I would like to share that the year 1960 was a special year for Alberta Girl Guides, as it was the Golden Jubilee year for Girl Guides in Canada. People hosted tea parties with Jubilee birthday cakes all over Alberta and across Canada to celebrate. Finally, it was such a special year for Girl Guides that Canada Post issued a commemorative 60th anniversary stamp in April of 1960. Thanks for sharing your time with me today, and 3 cheers for Girl Guides of Alberta and their delicious cookies.
Howdy, I'm the History Wrangler, and thank you ever so much for watching the show today. On a side note, I'm actually coming from Little Chicago, a small little town that actually existed. Some of the best schools in Alberta, I understand, is located just south of Black Diamond and no longer exists. So again, History Wrangler, thank you ever so much for watching the show. We'll see you next time. All right, I'm the History Wrangler coming at you from a road in southern Alberta. Just taking a little walk tonight. Beautiful sunset, and a glorious day. Blue skies up above, and thanks for checking out the show. Have a great day. Let's get one more look at that sunset, shall we? Oh yeah, coming at you.